Let's talk about QueenzFlip.
I knew you were about to do it.
Yeah, so QueenzFlip and Joe Budden have kind of been going back and forth with each other a little bit.
Because he gets shirtless?
QueenzFlip definitely goes shirtless quite often. Quite often.
But not as like
during the pod? Or just,
no, he
just
did it
out in ordinary.
But it used to be more automatic. It used to be more automatic.
It was like a standard.
Yeah, like a sitcom.
Especially in sketches and shit.
All his skits.
For sure.
A lot of the bit was him being fat.
Being awkwardly built.
Yeah, so like
they
kind of been going crazy. They kind of been taking digs at each other because Joe was pretty much like, bro, like, you don't be going viral, bro. Like, Mr. Viral. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. You ain't got it like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, your skits ain't hitting like that. Like, I think you lost your fucking
touch,
your mojo, your touch, and then Flip flips it back on him, and he's pretty much saying, "Oh, let's also make sure we say." Flip has also said Joe saying these things continuously have affected his business. And his bottom line. So that was one of the things. That was his biggest complaint.
Did he give an example?
He gave a vague example. Flip talks about these robots that he has.
That he can like see everything.
Essentially like AI bots. I don't know, programs.
Just monitoring data for him?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Where he can see like the
he's got some type
of
mining system.
Essentially. So that he's saying that
data mining.
Since that's happening, his numbers have gone down. And then he also says he's messing up his relationships because when he talks to people, they're less focused on the views or the presence, the social influence that he brings. The impressions
and all that.
They're looking at, because Joe's viralness is outweighing his content pretty much. So Joe speaking about his content, saying you ain't even got it like that no more, is more impactful right now than his overall visibility.
I was about to say, Danny made a video about this shit.
His criticism is better than his content?
Essentially. That's essentially what he's been saying. And like, bro, Flip's content is trash, bro. That's what it comes down to. Like, his skits are they've never really been that good, bro. Like, if we're being honest, they're always ridiculous. It's shirt off comedy. It's like
a shtick.
Hey, when you say skit, you're talking about the ones when he's in the car, like.
Bro, I'm talking about all. I've seen so many. I've seen so many levels of QueenzFlip skits, and I never thought any of them were funny. I said this before on the podcast. I thought he was I liked him the most. Improper Improv under the Joe Budden Network.
Great show. They did that.
Like, that was like the first time I saw QueenzFlip content and was like, oh, I'm tuning in for this. Like, I'm genuinely tuning in for this.
I watched them shits live.
Yeah, I used to watch them live. Like,
those shits were good.
Bro, I loved it. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, I know they posted the date that season 2 is supposed to be starting. That shit needs to hurry the fuck up. Because like this whole thing of them arguing about who's going viral,
that would help that. You know what I'm saying?
That would immediately like
probably building up hype.
They might be building up hype.
He can't go viral.
They might be building up hype. So it's
but that narrative. Joe's a narrative king. Him creating that narrative, I can see how I can possibly make some shit go
It'll bite you in the ass.
Bug around and program the algorithm.
Yeah.
I never really watched Improper Improv. I might have to check it out because I've always seen QueenzFlip content when he was pissing off pedestrians.
Bro, it's like
that was the main bag that I saw from him.
Like harassing his children or something.
That's what, bro, it's like, it wasn't even funny. It was like,
it was just torture.
You're just willing to do you're just willing to do things that the average person won't do.
Or even film.
Or even film. Like, you're willing to take your shirt off and yell in the middle of the street or yell in the quiet wherever, the restaurant. You're like,
it was a more healthier boom gang. You know what I mean? In the sense where it's just like, outdoor pranks and shit.
Sounds like a Blackbird Crusher.
I wonder who was worse, low key. Like, I wonder who was worse, him or Boot Gang, because Boot Gang really that bad?
Boot Gang was terrible.
Boot Gang was worse, bro.
Boot Gang was terrible. Boot Gang caught legal ramifications for some of the shit he was doing. QueenzFlip don't have no felonies, I don't believe, right?
That we know of.
That we know of.
What's his name
I don't
think
think they were associated with pranks if he
Jonathan Gabbana.
Yeah, Jonathan Gabbana.
What's his name now? See, that's what's fucked up. That's what his name always.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's literally always been his name. He just started to use it now.
That's why he had to fucking break cash registers and jump on counters.
That's what I mean,
Yeah, to fight for
it. Bro, it's like the whole QueenzFlip thing, because he even did this video recently where he's like dancing in the rain, bro, and it's on
the black and white shit.
Bro, I was like,
The joke is that he's fat. That's what the joke is. He's fat and he's
That's
wet.
the same joke in every. I'm like, this is so corny, bro. Like, I just never thought that shit was funny. It's just like he has a hard time on his. I don't
Nigga
know.
dancing in the rain.
I think he really. He's saying be creative. I don't think his sketches are creative.
Right.
None of his sketches are creative, like at all, bro. They're not high comedy IQ. They're just you just do ridiculous shit. I remember when he used to do the prank riding. Remember he did Taxstone? It's like, it's like, bro, everybody that he would do that with, he would be riding with them. He'd literally start punching them.
Literally, it was always some slapstick shit like,
what the fuck,
or like
bro?
he got like a pillow and he's beating the feathers off him with it.
So it wasn't even like he wasn't saying nothing funny. He's literally putting them in a dangerous situation by swerving the car, and then at the same time, he's literally punching the driver.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's not
bro?
even like an Ashton Kutcher style of pranking to where it's like, nigga, this shit elaborate. Like,
Yeah.
we got a premise,
You got
a
multiple
theme.
people part of
bro.
this.
There was. It's always been that. So like, I don't know, bro. Just him trying to clap back with the whole like. Even his reply to Joe, like his shot back to Joe was like, "You go viral for talking about niggas. Do something creative." It's like, what are we talking about, nigga?
Sometimes, that's the thing with like creatives. You know, we can get caught up in our own bullshit.
Yeah,
because it's
bro.
like
the
this.
views.
This is creative, but it's not like the most creative things we can possibly think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the most creative shit we've ever done.
It's a creative medium,
You know
but
what
it's
I
a
mean?
creative medium, but it's not like
It's the lowest hanging version of it.
And I think a lot of times when I hear Flip talk, he's getting caught up in like the semantics of like what being creative is. But and it's not, he's at the base level of it, of just like having a camera and like, oh, I'm doing creative shit.
it's gonna be different because I did this.
It's
this,
different
this,
because
Being creative is creating.
it's different, and it's different because he's living off of it. So
that's true. That's true.
I don't want to say like ignorant perspective, but it might be a little bit because it's
When
not
it's
a lot
paying
of
your bills,
it's not a lot of
it's
niggas
different.
living off of it.
That's true.
So
True. Facts.
he probably has that elitist mindset, like, oh, do something creative, like niggas suck my dick.
Yeah,
you talking about some creative,
exactly,
like
because I'm literally paying bills off of it. So
you feel me? So
whether you like it or not, it's
probably a different chip on his shoulder, which it should be, but that doesn't make his
And this only
He also
applies
got
to
fame pretty later in life.
Kinda,
No.
yeah.
Kinda.
He
Not
was
too
like,
crazy. He's only 36.
30
It ain't-
is
it ain't
not
too crazy.
old.
Well, not
32
old,
is
but
not
like
old.
you gotta.
what? He's only 36.
Yeah, he's 36.
I'm gonna be honest.
So
I
he's
thought
been-
he was
he's-
in his 40s.
Nah, so he's been doing like he's been doing content for a long time.
Like
so he's been
29,
known for, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
he ain't get it like super late or nothing.
And that's
Just in
what-
comparison
your
to like
problem,
a Casanetta, like
your-
a young nigga in the game.
yeah,
but
but
your
that's
problem-
also
You feel
anomalies.
me?
You
Yeah.
just see a lot.
what we was talking about with LA, that's who he's been in, like in New York. Like
Yeah.
he's just been kind of bubbling a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And I've been seeing him for years. I mean, and this only applies to his
content.
his sketches. Because Joe even had some bars for him last year. He was like, nigga, I saw you jump on everybody else's wave. You started doing the Bobby Altoff style interviews. He said you literally just jacking niggas interview. Like every new hot comedian thing, you literally the next or 2 weeks later, you're jacking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
With a little
being
twist.
a creative.
and doing your own spin to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But this has nothing to do with what I saw in Improper Improv. Nigga, Improper Improv.
That was creative.
That shit was creative.
I've only saw like various snippets of it, and what I saw was very good.
Bro, I tuned in like
It was great.
I tuned in like twice, like back to back, and I was like, oh, I'm locked in. Because it
you
was
see
like
what it could be.
Because the first time I tuned in, he had brought somebody from the zoo there. They had all these random fucking animals. So it's like he's there, he's got the big spin wheel with different things to do. Then he's got the guy from the zoo pulling out snakes, having them hold things. And, you know, black people with fucking reptiles is always gonna be
It's a layup.
it's a layup, you know what I'm saying?
It's a slam dunk.
But it's like, it's interesting. That was crazy. I don't know if it's y'all, but it's a slam dunk, long story
Probably that
short.
cup, though.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. And then the next one, I see he's dead ass serious. He's got a butt naked woman in the middle of the room, and he's got Joe, him, and Parks all drawing the woman. And he's asking her a dead ass question. He's entered into this like serious artistic painter, and he's like, "So tell me about your life." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
And
bro.
the only
Like,
reason it didn't continue is because it's like, if like you know, the contracts, you know.
It was just business shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they also said some of the things they were doing, the building didn't like.
Oh yeah,
that's what they were saying.
Yeah,
which I can understand.
We can definitely see that, even being there now.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, I can understand the building might have questions if they see a bunch of fucking snakes and you know what I'm saying, like
just naked women with afros.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I could see that possibly being a thing, or maybe it was like too loud or noise complaints. I don't know, but it can still be done. Long story short, whenever Improper season 2 comes back, just that whole debate, it's just kind of weird just even watching them like go at it because
they drag it a little bit, and Flip is known for dragging that shit a little bit.
Yeah,
like so it'd be like, all right, it's over now.
Yeah, I'm like,
because Flip probably be trying to act like he not hurting shit, you know, and nigga be hurt.
Yeah.
Joe be hurting niggas' feelings.
She does low key,
yeah.
Well, high key, shit. Joe be hurting niggas.
Nigga be hurting feelings, breaking hearts. You know what I mean? Breaking his friends' hearts, ish heart. All different types of shit.
Imani said something about Joe one time where he was saying Joe is like the person you don't know who he is for real until you realize like he's not really your friend. Like he's your friend.
Imani said that.
It wasn't like that. The way he was trying to say it was like he said it on the pod. It was like you got to really know him to know like this is him, and you got to know that. Oh, okay. This nigga is really a dick, but that's like a part of him you don't like, but the rest of him you do. You like accept this section, and you like, and you realize that like this shit is like he really cares about just the business, nigga. I don't like. We're not friends. There's no permanent friends or enemies in business. We're doing it this way, and that's his stance. And this is so he'll come at you with certain shit. Yeah, that's like
it feels off brand, out of character,
but it's like this is. You got to compartmentalize that part.
Away.
Yeah,
that's just one part of him. Yeah,
yeah, but I don't know. It's like it's a heavy part.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a pretty big part to slice off. You can't just lobotomize your personality.
It was something along them lines he was saying, but yeah, it seemed that way. He don't be giving a fuck.
I bet it do seem that. Yeah, he does it. He makes an easy case.
Yeah,
this nigga Joe Budden
of not giving a fuck.
Most interesting man in podcasting.
Yeah.
Literally. Top of the food chain currently.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Joe Budden, man. What else is with Joe Budden? Oh, yeah, let's move over to